case, double the case to have a better case technical paper. Now I would like my remarks, I would like to take up the first presentation by Shri K. Jayagopal, Biodirectional Static Hydrotest. K. Jayagopal.
Good morning to your here. My topic for the introduction of biodirectional static pilot testing in India. The biodirectional static pilot testing in the recent scenario where we are going for the vast infrastructure project, the carrying capacity of the pipes have drastically increased for the foundation of bridges, flyovers, metro work, power plants. And nowadays the designers are also preferring the monopipes. The diameters have increased up to 2.4 and beyond, and the capacity of the pipes are also 1,000 tons. In case the 1,000 tons of pipe is to be tested, initial pipe will have to test it beyond 3,000 metric tons. That is quite very big. And the routine pipe test will have to be somewhere around 2,000 metric tons. Presently we have these two types of pipe testing. Usually carried out using candidate method and the rock anchoring method. There is one more category. Recently it has come from last about 4 to 5 years. The high-speed dynamic pipe testing is totally a computer based. The static pipe testing cannot be carried out for the loads beyond about 1,200 or 1,300 tons. In case it goes beyond, the failures will occur. The method gaining popularity worldwide in recent times is the bidirectional pilot testing invented by Osberg in 1984 at Northwestern University, USA. The most advantages of this method is it is very convenient, it is economical, it is absolutely safe. Safe in the sense, when we go back to calculate the anchor method, this is absolute safe, and additionally the advantages are totally eliminate overhead beams and reaction pipe, non-availability of area around pipe due to traffic in urban areas and low headroom situation. It can be done with the copper dam also. It takes few hours to prepare a shaft for the installation of pre-manufactured bidirectional pressure cells. Please see the photograph below. The below photograph where it is a urban road, it is a bypass. During bypass, you can see two pipes on the left photograph and one pipe on the right photograph. There is absolutely no place to test the pipe. In fact, even the high-speed dynamic testing, which needs hardly about 2 meter or 2.5 meter by 2.5 meter, even that is not available for this. The total argument of, and we have a system where we do not have the modern, the absence of modern information system. Our old system doesn't work to the expected level of 100%. It is a mix, and manual recording of load distancing displacement method, measuring the load by calculating jack pressure, absolutely old technique, and in fact it has been criticized also. The jack can be treated perfectly horizontal, and all these problems of old methods, that is presently what we are carrying out, need to be upgraded to the latest old standard. how to go about the methodology for the bidirectional pipe testing? It's very simple. We'll have to place the artificial gap within the pipe. By the first step, the first photograph, a specially manufactured artificial hydraulic jack is accurately positioned. The second photograph is one more plate is placed. Then the assembly is completed. It is as good as you are cutting the pipe, introducing a sacrificial jack inside. And finally, bottom photograph is the instrumentation. You can put all types of instrumentation into it, like vibrating by sensors for the strain, displacement sensors, absolutely everything. You can measure every part of the pipe using this method. Then it is lowered into the pipe. It is a working pipe or initial pipe, anything. And the testing is in progress. The bidirectional static pilot testing is cost effective and will be far with any other test right now what we are carrying out. Absolutely, it doesn't cost extra. About the results, the test is simple to conduct and methodology provides engineers with separate data on the bearing as well as friction. That's very, very important. The data gives separately the end bearing and friction components. By adding that, you can quickly come out with total cavity capacity of the pipe. The shaft can be one more most advantage is even though it breaks, by testing it breaks in the middle, same shaft can be reused for carrying out the load test. After the load test it can be used as a regular pipe. More engineers and professionals are turning over to this method due to its effectiveness. And about the result, the test measures end bearing and friction independently. There is no guesswork how much the load carried by each component. In fact, we get this separately, the components from the computer method like hybrid dynamic testing, but this will give a much better, much accurate result than that. The test is typically performed until the ultimate capacity for either the friction or end bearing. In addition, the instrumentation such as strain gauge within the shaft can help in determining the load distribution throughout the pipe. Codification. ASTM is coming out with a standard for bidirectional pilot testing. Chinese are already using this method under the name self-balanced pilot testing. In fact, 2007 onwards, they must have tested beyond 400 to 500 pipes. That shows the technology advancement. We have already started the work of preparing the IRC standard for bidirectional pilot testing. Here, being the committee member of D3, a part I am doing this. Thank you.
Practically is a part of the pilot project initiated by Director Swami, and at the outset I'd like to thank him for giving me the opportunity to take up this project. In fact, this is basically a conceptual framework. In fact, one of my students has taken up a master's visualization of this master's program. So I will be able to explain you that in case the skywork has to be developed on a self-sustaining basis, so without any involvement of the government participation with respect to finance. So what would be the modality, what would be the possibilities of generating funds? So with this, I'd like to start that you can see that particularly mobility and accessibility are one of the very important components of any kind of transportation planning program. So therefore, we find particularly the pedestrians do not have that kind of freedom to really walk onto the street, and they, as a result, we find that they are the victims of road accidents. And particularly we find, we also see they are also most neglected components in our traffic system. So therefore, the present approach for planning and designing the pedestrian facility is practically not user friendly. We have to see how best the development or planning could be user friendly so that pedestrians can be motivated to have their freedom in work. So keeping this in view, that also we found that particularly that even the fund allocated to the infrastructure facility for the pedestrian traffic is extremely inadequate. So therefore, we have to think on an innovative approach to ensure safe and efficient movement of pedestrian traffic. With this, I just like to just say this initiative of providing facilities, pedestrian facilities, so that pedestrians can get absolute freedom for movement was initiated in 1960, and there has been a lot of researchers have worked on that. And the basic concept of making the pedestrian friendly environment would be to safety, security, convenience, continuity, and coherence and attractiveness. If we are in a position to incorporate these components in the design stage, planning and design stage, I think that we will be able to ensure greater degree of mobility of our pedestrian traffic free from conflict from the vehicular traffic. And so therefore, if you just look at the situation what is happening, I have just taken some cities in different parts of the world to see that Delhi practically records the highest number of casualties with respect to pedestrians. This is a very old figure, 42% pedestrians are involved in road accidents. If you look at cities in Malaysia and Australia, you find the involvement of pedestrian traffic is less. So this gives us lessons that we could make our planning effectively, perhaps we will be in a position to make the pedestrian-friendly environment in our transport infrastructure program. And this is basically just another accident figure which is related to pedestrian involvement. If you see now 42% of accident victims of pedestrian traffic have gone up to more than 50% during in 2000. But recently we have seen the accident figures of pedestrian traffic have practically come down hovering between 40 to 45%. So this is a very good scenario. When you look at the national highways, and we will find that involvement of non-motorized traffic, including pedestrians, also is quite significant. So therefore, we have seen some of the some statements given by some eminent experts in our country, and they not only me but also many experts feel that the kind of pedestrian facilities which have been planned and designed is extremely inadequate, and no attention has been paid. In case of planning has been made, practically we find a lot of problems come on the in the implementation, in the practical development of infrastructure. For example, encroachment, parking of the vehicles on the road. So these are one of the impediments for smooth flow of pedestrian traffic. So these are some of the aspects which have to be looked into, because if you have to make a pedestrian movement safe, I think one of the examples would be the sidewalk. Because I recently happened to be in Hong Kong, I find that Hong Kong is not only a skyscraper, and also they have been able to build the cities influenced by skyscraper and the sidewalk. Wherever you go, all the buildings have been connected by the sidewalk. It is really infrastructure to be appreciated, that how pedestrian movement has been taken as safe in a elevated structure. So this is a kind of example. So these are some photographs. You can see that what is happening not only in Delhi, in all over, particularly many parts of India. So there is no rules or regulation. Pedestrians can go helter-skelter. As a result, they fall into road accidents. And we also see whenever the transport policy is framed, and we feel that even experts, those who are policymakers, they do not have much regard to the pedestrian planning program. Because they are not users the pedestrians on the road. So therefore the component of pedestrians, priority of pedestrians also is missing. Then this is basically how the priority and how the pedestrians movement with respect to the environment infrastructure to be made. That also has been made just after World War. As a result, we see that European countries or American countries will find the pedestrians are given right kind of environment to move on. Even particularly the disabled person and with the wheelchair, they are in a position to move the roads and configure. And the particular thing we have to see that in this, we have to see from the pedestrian planning strategy, if you look at that, what are the things we should look into, the widening of sidewalks, discouraging automobile traffic wherever possible, planning creation of pedestrian environment to indoor shopping, improve safety and security, improve lighting, increase police patrol, increase attractiveness of walkways, supported by colorful storefronts, outdoor exhibits, attractive landscape, and increase quality and quantity of eating space, and change of existing zoning ordinances, and separate vehicles from the pedestrians by underground, concourse, and above grade sidewalk system. So these are the various ways we can think of as a part of strategy to improve the pedestrian facilities. So now, many people may not be aware of what is sidewalk, because if you just see a definition, it is a network of elevated interconnecting pedestrian walkways. Network consists of side bridges over the street, second-story corridors within the building, and joining various activities. So now, when you talk about the sidewalk, many have a feeling that perhaps there may be a negative impact also. So when you look at the negative impact which is listed down here, and as compared to the positive impact, the negative impact I find to be quite insignificant. So this can be resolved through the public participation and taking all the people into confidence to develop the sidewalk facilities. And when you have to develop a sidewalk facility, let us just list out what are the advantages, help reduce our accidents between vehicles and pedestrians, it leaves land for better use, results in efficient use of land, induces greater people flow, maximizing the utility of both skywalk and grade space as space and grade, increase pedestrian convenience, results in pedestrian comfort, leads to pedestrian safety, increases the amount of walking from perspective of simplicity and environmental benefit, increase in consumption, and pedestrian systems do bring about positive lifestyle impact. And because this is basically some consideration you look at from the planning consideration point of view for developing sidewalks, that I just listed number of parameters that need to be taken into account. Say for example, width of road, width of median, landing to the pedestrian traffic, approximate number of gear workers, height and age of the building, unit of structure between, terrain of the underlying road, degree of conflict between the magnitude of vehicular and pedestrian traffic, avoiding land use, delay and frustration experience by the pedestrians, and managing pedestrian traffic involved in road accidents while crossing. If you try to look at this particularly the provision of sidewalk with respect to design angle, I also listed down a number of points which need to be taken into account, that is height of elevated sidewalk, width of elevated sidewalk, provision of escalators, provision of laboratories, adequate street lighting, roof protecting pedestrians from rain and sun, provision of landscaping using plantation, create conducive environment for on sidewalk, location for access and egress to the building, approach location to the sidewalk, adequate space for dispersal of pedestrians and commuters. So these are some of the important areas where we have been able to identify where the sidewalk facilities can be made. With respect to Delhi, I have identified a number of places, for example, that one is IPO, Vikaji Kamar Place, Vikaspur, your Janakpuri district center, those areas, I don't like to go into the details, because you have to see that it is not going to be a single point, single location where the elevated structure has to be built, it has to be seen on the area. This is some kind of an attempt has been made to see who take up the Vikasika master as a for developing a cyber facilities, what are the different components to be looked into. This is the details about the location where the Vikasika master is located, and we have just worked out or seen what are the problems associated in Vikasika master with respect to pedestrian movement. So, this is in many places it is only one big footpath, and many places the footpath is enclosed by vehicles, by the park vehicles, and you can see that what kind of situation is come across on this particular Vikasika master. This is one of the arterial roads in Delhi. Now, we would like this is one of the important points, we would like to pick up the kind of facilities. We have to understand that what is the economic benefit likely to get to for developing this facility. We just see the benefit of saving travel time due to direct link between origin and destination, improvement in the level of service for pedestrian traffic along and across the street, making zero conflict between pedestrians and vehicular traffic crossing the street, saving in pedestrian accidents on roads, possibility of making business within and around the pedestrian sidewalk, possibility of increase in property value due to increase in accessibility to pedestrian traffic and enhancement of pedestrian the quality of urban life. Now, this is a after having looked into the economic point, so this is a important aspect which we looked into for going for a development of cyber facilities, but the important part is that in case that it has to be developed in a self-sustaining mode without the involvement from the government side with respect to funding, then what will be the policy options we can look into that as far as funding is concerned, that involve with the private sector to reduce the cost, because this is only we can think of the PPP model. They have compromised, if you have to develop the roadside, then perhaps you have to compromise the service quality, exploit other aspects like property development, make non-user beneficiaries tax and public something. This is some of the broad policy options. If you like to look into the detailed policy options, let us see what are those. The revenues from the holding, advertisements from cyber surfaces, revenues from the rental and cure, and below the staircase, revenues from some portion of ticket fare of metro ride, because I think when I was contemplating the metro, that side of the developed, if metro is associated, is just passing through nearby, we can see that how the metro ride can be linked to the side work where we can integrate the fare pricing with the metro ride. Revenue from the tickets purchased by the tourists visiting the tourist destinations, revenue from the private shopping centers, malls being connected, revenue from the places of sightseeing, funding from PPP model, and revenue from exhibit display on the walls of the sidewalk. So, now this is a number of things that we detailed out related to taxation, it is the employment tax, transport tax. Transport tax is a new idea, and it is not practiced particularly in India. We have seen Paris has been able to bring the transport tax with the help of the employer who has developed facilities, their offices very near to the accessible areas. Accessible areas, he can also raise this tax, which can be put for the development, the commercial exploitation of property, and other additional sources. So these are some examples of the cyber. Just I have listed down the project cost. You can just, because there is no time, I am not going into the details. And these are and finally, I would like to conclude that after having gone through a conceptual framework, the conclusion is that in the light of large-scale movement of pedestrian traffic and their associated risks for the movement of urban road network, using incessant movement of high-speed vehicular traffic, there is a need to develop exclusive pedestrian facilities to be free from vehicular traffic. and it is extremely imperative to conduct a detailed research, detailed feasibility studies for the development of silo facilities in general and specific location as highlighted. In particular, the funding options as highlighted will be explored to make self-sustaining projects without the involvement of funding requirements from the government. Thank you very much.
Respected Mr. S. Vijay Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Rural Development, present in the audience. Dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to present ambitious program of Government of India, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. The investment in the rural infrastructure are found to be quite effective for inclusive growth and poverty alleviation. Rural infrastructure programs have a lasting impact on the rural development, creating on-farm and off-farm both employment. These improve market connectivity, education opportunities, and better delivery for health services. Therefore, as an initiative towards poverty reduction, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana was launched in the year 2000. The basic objective of the program is to provide connectivity to all habitations of 500 and above population in the normal areas and 250 and above population in the special areas, including hill states, tribal areas, rural desert areas, and now included 82 selected IAP districts. The upgradation of the existing road network may not be central to the program, but this is also taken up to increase the efficiency of the network. This is 10% financed by Government of India. However, the maintenance money has to be put by the state government. Yesterday, the Secretary indicated that the study of IFPRI, wherein it has been concluded that an expenditure of just 1 billion Indian rupees lifts 165 people above poverty line in the road sector. This is the current implementation status. Out of 1.64 lakh habitations, we have cleared projects for 1.26 lakh habitations, out of which over 88,000 habitations have been connected. And the road length which has been created at the moment is 2.19 lakh kilometers for new connectivity and over 1.43 lakh kilometers on upgradation. The work is ongoing in full swing in all the states. The basic Prime Minister Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, as you are aware, rural roads are essentially the state subject. The implementation of program is being done by the state government. The Government of India and the National Rural Road Development Agency is providing management support to the program. The basic management policy of the program has been centered on the quality. We have studied the implementation of projects in the rural for the rural roads in the past, and on the basis of the experience, now management strategy which has been prepared. All processes of implementation are in place, and right from planning up to management of roads, all the standards have been put and they are being followed by the state government. We have put appropriate institutional
architecture. Systematic network planning has been prescribed. You will be surprised to know that the district rural route plan for all the blocks of this country has been prepared in 2005. A core network has been drawn. There is a structured project preparation. Detailed project reports are prepared, and the selection process is based on core network. NRRDA along with Indian Road Congress has many standards, and all the standards and specifications are in place, and they are being regularly updated. The bidding process, after study of bidding in 16 states, has been standardized, and standard bidding document, a very dynamic document, is being described. The entire bidding in this program is electronic tendering only. There is no manual tendering at the moment. There is a rigorous quality control mechanism in place. We are supporting R&D and providing a lot of training, and there is a very impressive online monitoring and management system in place. The Ministry of Rural Development at the center is the nodal ministry for the program. State governments have identified nodal departments like Public Works Department, Rural Organizations, and NRRDA is providing management support to the program under the Ministry of Rural Development. State Rural Road Development Agencies have been created for implementation of the project at the state level. We have the support of the academia in form of the State Technical Agency and Principal Technical Agency who help us in project appraisal. We have put national quality monitors. Many of you are supporting the program as national quality monitors. Under the SRRDA, there are program implementation units in every district, even more than one as per the workload. Detailed project preparation system is there. Project is prepared from out of the list created from core network. There is an appraisal process. The project comes to NRRDA for scrutiny, and an empowered committee headed by the Secretary of Rural Development and represented by the people from Planning Commission, Central Road Research Institute, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, etc. They consider the project and clear them. These are some standards starting from the IRC SP20, Book of Specifications, Standard Data Book, Impressive Operations Manual, Design of Flexible and Rigid Pavement has been prescribed, Rapid Roadmap Manual has been prescribed. We have given the two good publications on composite bridges, steel bridges. There are two very impressive quality assurance handbooks which have been developed with the help of the engineering fraternity present in this August gathering. As I told you, all the bidding is from electronic tendering. A 3-tier quality mechanism is in place. First tier is at the PIU level, and the second tier is that state governments are required to deploy independent state quality monitors to inspect every work at least at 3 stages during construction. National quality monitors are senior engineers deployed at random to inspect the work on a very structured way. The observation methods are most objective. Now, mobile-based photographic recording of the observations has been recently launched by the Secretary in Pune. Now, the independent monitors will take photographs from mobile, and they will be geotagged, and they will be directly uploaded to the website, and it would be available in the citizen domain. This is online monitoring and management system. Details of every road work can be seen by you in the public domain with all expenditure, sanctions, whatnot. So this is available to you for everyone to view. For transparency, we put a citizen monitoring board. I was discussing with the Secretary that in Tripura, I have seen many roads where the citizen is even counting the number of trucks
for the road aggregate what has been put by the contractor, whether the compaction has been done. So the enabling information is available in the citizen monitoring board for the public to realize as to what work is supposed to be done. Experience of PMGS5. We have been implementing this program for over 10 years now. About 3.6 lakh kilometers have been created, 2.4 lakh kilometers are in the pipeline. We have prescribed that the same contractor is going to maintain the road after 5 years of construction, and the cost for routine maintenance will be given by the state government, but still, what after 5 years? The road network which we have created, whether that is going to be sustained, whether the advantage accrued because of the creation of roads can be sustained is a major question, major challenge, and therefore, and many agencies, including 12th Finance Commission, 13th Finance Commission, have very clearly expressed the need for mainstreaming maintenance in the rural roads which are being created by the one given by the government of India. So, 12th Plan Working Group also has very clearly established the need for mainstreaming maintenance, and the concern was flagged by the Secretary in his talk yesterday. Now, therefore, going ahead, the Ministry is proposing Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana 2. Having completed substantial length, it is increasingly essential to ensure that assets created are maintained and they yield results as originally envisaged. This scheme is conceived on sharing basis, where we would expect the state government to put also the share which has been built. The basic principle of this PMGS5 is consolidation of the work which has been done in the PMGS5-1 and augment the full capacity of the rural road network through upgradation, renewal and maintenance. The upgradation part is going to be financed by the Government of India. However, the renewal and maintenance, we would like to mainstream it, and we would like the state government to also build in the project the renewal and maintenance part also. The selection of routes with objective identification of the rural growth centers and rural hubs. So this is going to be, and to have synergy with the livelihood program. Just 1 minute. Bridges also are being taken up, and all the states and UTs will be eligible for the support. Patch maintenance we would like to propagate through performance-based maintenance system. Road safety is going to be the integral part of the project. Paperless implementation, GIS-based management of the road plan are some of the key features. Guidelines and manuals are now, we are going to evolve with your help, with the help of this fraternity. Costing almost 21,500 is going to be Government of India share. In the normal areas it is going to be 50%, and in the special areas 33%. And the areas, special areas would have the same as we have in PMGS5. These are some processes I have brought for your view, how difficult terrains are being handled in this program, how effectively quality checks are being done. People have customized their own methods of evolving their quality testing also. This is before and after. These are the impacts of market access, improved transport services. These are the visuals from all over the country. School, health, these are the rural areas, these are the forested areas, some bridges, Thank you very much. We want to have your opinion on this by two, opinion of this August House. Thank you.
I am a mechanical engineer, and I owe my head to all the civil engineers present today because of my audacity to speak on civil engineering topic. I have been propagating a bioengineering technique called a vetiver system. This is being used for heat flow protection, river protection, environment protection, and deforestation of fluids. The ideal plant for bioengineering should have long, strong, and abundant root matrix, the ability to grow as a dense hedge. This is very important. It has to form a dense hedge which grows, but permanent and perennial, ability to grow almost everywhere. High biomass below ground, low biomass above ground. This is also very important. And to be non-invasive so that the local ecology is not disrupted. And vetiver perhaps is the only plant to have all these qualities. This is the root system. It can grow up to 3 meters deep. I have found 3 meters only. I have not got 3 meters. And it has very strong roots. About 75 and is the tensile string equivalent to nylon. And this is the longitudinal section through a vetiver used. And this is what we plan to achieve through a design plantation. This is a picture of a root reinforced soil, vetiver root, and the shear strength increases at the top can be up to 90%, and it goes down. Slowly goes down. Vetiver works as living nail. We call it green nail, and it can protect the shallow failures. This is how it works. The root cuts through the shallow cliff surface. We use only the infertile variety, the South Indian variety. We never use the North Indian cut because that is invasive. This is the most frequently asked question, the pore water filter. But the research says the vetiver actually depletes soil moisture near the hedge due to its high evapotranspiration rate. It prevents localized accumulation of moisture as the head spreads the land and depletes moisture gradually and thus preventing desiccation current. It is very difficult to standardize. Any bioengineering technique is very difficult to standardize. Riverbank protection is almost impossible because there are too many variables. Embankment can be standardized, and hill slopes to some extent we can standardize, and we have standardized also. For road embankment, if the stretch is impacted by flowing water, we go for this kind of plantation in Greece. And if the stretch is not impacted by flowing water, and our aim is to prevent rain cut, then we go for parallel plantation only. For bridge approach, we go for the green plantation in the front, the forward slope and in the front portion, like this. And the rest we go for parallel plantation. We can buttress this slope. For this slope, the cut slope, we trim it to 45 degrees, if possible, of course, and we plant along the control line or just across the face. The row-to-row distance we have standardized to 1 meter. We buttress the slope with gabions if possible. And drainage we have to provide drainage, and if possible we go for a bank every 8 meters. The side slopes are normally unconsolidated. That is why we use bamboo fencing along with river. For riverbed protection, it can replace the boulder pitching. The plantation is always in grid pattern. The base profile is very important. We apply vetiver on superficial bank migration, where there is no erosion near the toe, but the bank retreats. And in fluffing, which is associated with rapid drawdown, vetiver alone can do the trick. Here, at section A, we can plan a vetiver at A, but not at A alone. Similarly, at C, we can plan a vetiver alone, but not at C. We have to augment it with some other devices. To put it very simply, if the toe of this flow is exposed during the lean period, we can apply vetiver alone. And if there is undercutting at the toe, we have to use some kind of factors like 28 parts, 4 pints, etc. I'll go through some of my work, my own work, and the photograph will take it off. This is a Brahmaputra river bank. You can see the severity of the erosion. This is the type of cancer crack developed before slumping. Here, I trimmed it to one vertical, two horizontal, and on the slope I planted in the grid pattern. And also in the crate, I planted in a diamond pattern in an attempt to prevent the formation of the cancer crack. And this is the result after 2 years. Same state, no erosion at all. And this state, the Water Resources Department used this tubular lateral geomat very costly, and they paid. And my expenditure was 7 lakhs of rupees for 500 meter stretch, and they spent 4.6 crores for 1 kilometer stretch. And this geomat paid miserably. You can see this area here. This is another example. It's a big tributary of the Brahmaputra. This is the kind of erosion here. The profile was very difficult. So we used an improvised underwater flexible battery made of sandbags and nails only. This is what I made to prevent the toe erosion. And on top, we trimmed it and planted very well in grid pattern. And these are the results. These are the results. No erosion so far. It's been now in the third year. This is a high bridge approach. Vertical height is 8 meters at the near the apartment. We planted in grid pattern. You can see the compaction level. This is very poorly compacted. The slope is very poorly compacted. And this is the hazmat. This is the hazmat. Another picture, we use the bamboo fencing to keep away the animals from grazing. This is the forward slope. It is protected to the changing. Another picture of the forward slope. This is one after 1 year. Another picture of the same approach, the other side of the approach. This is on the Assam-Nagaland border, another bridge approach. The other side of the approach. This is PNJ-SY road. This is National Highway 52. You can see the big range up there, kind of range up. It is simply filled, not compacted, and planted very well. It is working still way. It's absolutely safe. This is National Highway 44. Here, the ditch was causing a problem because of the ditch running parallel to the embankment. It was crazy. And now it has been taken care of by the government. This is National Highway 31. Here we had to use this bamboo machines because we need to intervene immediately. And vetiver takes some time, about 4 months. And afterwards the vetiver will take over. This is the protection. This is in Guwahati. The picture will say, after training we planted across the field, not along the contour. Another picture of the same slope. In picture. And you can see the difference. Vetiver and no vetiver. And slowly local vegetation take over. It is a pioneering plant. This is picnic. Plantation going on. This is during the early stage of establishment. This is the next year's forward. And you can see the local vegetation coming up. And this is after 2 years. So it is still stabilizing. This is in Odisha, in Soda, in Keonjhar district, in Odisha. This Tata Steel mine over there. This weight reduced it to you can see how unstable these are. With 70-meter slope, the slope was 70 meters. We trimmed it to 40 degrees, planted, early stage of plantation. The root growth was 2.5 meters, or 2.5 to 9 months cells. We used puncture board. South Indian engineers perhaps know that. We use puncture board because it is very barren growth. And this is the result. Today, it is our setting. It's now green and stable. This is the new project I am taking, just taken up. This is on Guwahati Shillong Road, NH40. The toe is fading of the floor. The toe is fading. This is the closure of the toe. Here, we use the gadolinium and fill it up and use that bamboo piece, vertical as well as horizontal. This is traditional Meghalaya knowledge. And then we planted vetiver. These are the photographs. Same slope. And this is what I plan to use. This is traditional knowledge of gardening here. The beautiful facilities they made, and I plan to use it in combination with vetiver. There will be 2 vetiver rows on each bank. Our very short world tour. This is in El Salvador. This is in China. This is Vietnam. This is Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia. This is in Madagascar. They are doing wonderfully well in Madagascar. This is in Thailand. Thailand is one of the pioneers. Same photograph. And this is all vetiver and without vetiver. So vetiver has some disadvantages. The greatest of them is that it requires a sunny slope. The shading is sun fruit. And vetiver is some time for establishment, about 4 months. And so we have to plan accordingly. And I would like to conclude by saying that apart from erosion control, vetiver system can help in poverty alleviation through community involvement, reducing global warming and develop rural economy in a green way. Thank you, sir.
Now, request Shri Ashwini Kumar with his presentation on outsourcing data collection network survey practice.
And dear friends, actually, Chairman sir has already mentioned about the importance of this real-time data for day-to-day issues as well as long-term planning. So I have structured my presentation how using network vehicles we can collect the data
and how we can use the data afterwards for our day-to-day issues as well as long-term planning, and how we can supplement the other data along with the data already collected to survey. So our objective is JS-based development of national highways information, and then using the data for our maintenance strategies as well as for routine queries, application review. This is a survey vehicle. Basically, it's a one or two cameras on the front and one camera on the back, and along with the sensor in the bottom. And this vehicle can easily cover about 150 to 200 kilometers in a day. And basically, it has three parts. One is this laser camera, then the software, and then after collection, the data is processed in the office using a very software. So, using this both cameras, we are able to capture roughness, cutting, texture, tracking, photos and fabrics as the vehicle moves on the road. And this is the front camera. Basically, three cameras, one straight and one left and one on the right. It can capture 50 meters from either side of the carriageway. So you can segregate your main carriageway, then shoulders, then whatever your ROW, and whatever other sections are lying on the both sides of the your road that can be captured. And then after collecting this data, your software will process the data. Suppose in a kilometer you are having 15-20 photos. So using software you will capture convert the photos into square meters. So that you can actually come to know how many square meter patches are required in a kilometer. And accordingly you can plan your activity. Just like this in an image you see asset information, that is which it can show, then whatever signs, landmarks, etc. can be captured. And this is the way different kind of your cracks and all these things can be captured from the road. And finally, what we plan to do, we want to link with the Google and JS-based information system, so that while traveling on the road, we can come to any location and know whatever data has been captured by clicking the mouse itself, we can know at particular kilometer of location what kind of data is already available in the system. Actually, what we plan to do here, after collection of this data, we want to upload on the ministry website with the help of NIC, and so that even it can be made usable by the field level office, FOE level, so that they can deal with the day-to-day queries of the collection. Sometimes what happens, you send to any estimate to the finance, they will simply say what is the figure, what is the composition, routine queries. So once data is available at your laptop or your in office, you can easily dispose your day-to-day queries. And all this data will be integrated with the relevant application, so that you can access the data for many years. And what we plan to do that total about 79,000 kilometers of national highways we plan to divide into 5 zones. Covering the entire network in the country, and the document is already in the financial ministry. And this contract may be ranging from 3 to 5 years, and we plan to collect the data post monsoon between October to December, because every day it can cover about 150 to 200 kilometers. So within 2 to 3 months we plan to capture data for the entire network. And then we can, after the selection of data, these statistics can be identified separately on what basis you want to do your development job, on what basis you want to do your PR job. Accordingly, you can plan it. And further in the long run, we want to link all this data with the Google browser also, so that any user can just type, suppose you want to know the position at kilometer 5 on NH9. So you will type in the Google, and then accordingly the link will be provided to the combined data. And from where you can have your queries, what is the traffic, what is the first composition, and all this. And any queries are welcome and accessible. Thank you.
Now, J.P. Sharma on memorandum of understanding for training.
Vice Chairman, sir, distinguished dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. By now, all of us know the importance of mechanization for speedy and durable construction of roads and bridges and their maintenance. This is also essential to achieve ambitious targets with quality. But the rate at which the new technology is being inducted, the skill set of the personnel who are associated with the construction of highways is not growing commensurately. Therefore, there is neither an optimal utilization of the equipment nor can we really translate our concept into reality. Therefore, to bridge the gap, it is essential that the needs of the personnel are addressed through training. Now, the proposed MOU is a framework of partnership between the parties, the certifying party and the training party. The aim is to upskill the personnel, have provision of mandatory training to unskilled operators and workers in road, tunnel construction, and the concessionaire should be asked to employ trained manpower with competency certificates, either from IAC or similar other institutes. And the scope of training should cover engineers, contractors, consultants, that is representatives from central and state government, that is all the stakeholders. The issues involved here are: who will impart training? What will be the type of training? Who will be the trainee? How will the curriculum be framed? How to source the resource person? How will the certification of the course be done? How will the fee and expenses for training be met? What could be the minimum eligibility for a training course? Or who will assess the overall performance of the training program? These issues we have tried to address through a MOU. Now, so far as training is concerned, Ministry desires to have an MOU between Indian Academy of Highway Engineers (IAC) and Volvo India through RASTA, a Resource Center for Asphalt and World Training Academy. Both of them will be partners. IAC will be the certifying partner and RASTA will be the training partner. RASTA is already providing training to personnel at Bangalore. Now the another partnership between IAC and LNG construction. These two MOUs are not exclusive. This is non-exclusive, and the parties will be free to enter into agreement with others with covering cooperation on technologies and products. The type of training will be classroom, on-site, lab and online. The training, as I have just said, will comprise of unskilled operators, engineers, concessionaires, contractors, consultants and representatives from central state government. The curriculum will be framed by the training partner in consultation with the certifying partner. The certification will similarly be done after the completion of training and the assessment of performance on theoretical and practical aspects by the certifying partner. The fee for training, the remuneration and honorarium to be charged to be paid to the resource person
The amount to be paid for utilizing the facilities of library, lab and equipment. It has been proposed to set up a coordination committee comprising of 2 nominees each from the training and the certifying partner. So far as the expenditure is concerned, the cost of training of field level staff of the concessionaire shall be borne by the nominating agency, and so far as the personnel of the government are concerned, there is already a circular which states that under the quality control head, the cost of training can be charged to the quality control. Now, the training program in Village shall comprise of, each program will have 15 to 20 participants. The training, Volvo shall be imparting the site, lab training on equipment related to earthwork, pavers, but in equipment that are not related, the hot mix plant, battery plant, process, they shall not be providing the training. Similarly, L&T has suggested that they will be willing to impart training on all base and types of equipment deployed on their projects. Now, the duration of the training proposed will be for 2 weeks for the level of JEs, AWEs and E's, 1 week for say SEs, E's, project manager, contractor, consultant. However, this duration will also depend on the type of the course and the details which have to be covered in that course. Now, the level of participation will depend on the type of equipment on which training has to be imparted. For a sophisticated equipment like paver finisher, we propose to have a +2 of the ITI level training, and for other equipment we may consider class 8 pass. Now, to assess the overall performance of the course, it has been suggested that we must have an external observer who will be nominated by the certifying partner and shall appraise the overall performance, which will include faculty performance. This is envisaged to help professional learning, improve the outcome and reduce the gap between what is intended and what is being really followed. The external observers will be appointed by the certifying partner, and the remuneration will also be fixed by it. Recently we have learned that in the general conditions of contract of CPWD, there is a provision that the contractor shall not, at all stages of work, deploy skilled and semi-skilled tradesmen who are qualified and possess certificate of a particular trade from a list of institutes. And at no stage, the number of qualified tradesmen should be less than 20%. In case the tradesmen are found to be inadequate to execute the work, the contractor can substitute with tradesmen within 2 days of written notice. Failing which, there is a provision of imposition of penalty. Now, this has been suggested for works which are estimated above 5 crores. Now, the proposed MOU will have an outline like this. The obligations will be to provide faculty with experience, curriculum development and training. It should bridge the gap between industry and institute, industry academia linkage, and the continuing training program. The responsibility includes to continue the recognition of training partners for conducting training programs and tests of programs. The certificate will be issued after the completion of training. and to encourage the faculty and students to undertake research and development with training partners. Now, the list of terms of the MOU will also include intellectual property rights, the title to intellectual property, limitations, liability, the rules and the records of data being claimed, and terms and termination, confidentiality, legal effects, and means. Thank you very much.
Would be given 3 minutes to the each speaker. Questions have already been circulated. Given in the 3 minutes, I would like that they answer the most of the questions. Just many will say the comments on the questions. Would like to listen to the questions because the suggestion gives us large number and the similarity is there too much. Now we will start it from the back side, from the last presentation questions are yet to come. Fifth presentation I have not received any questions. So I will start with the graduate section. Professor Mr. Sri Shantuban Bhattacharya, the great mechanical engineer in the biotechnology job.
Actually, it has been found out in Australia that it actually dries up because of its very high evapotranspiration rate. Yes, as it is high dry, it will enhance the filtration. It will enhance the groundwater recharge. But we have to replant every 1 meter. So that is why the area on both sides of each room becomes drier. So there is no fear of any increase in water retention. And secondly, we include below the pavement. The growth is absolutely vertical. There is no horizontal growth of the vegetation. So there is no question of the vegetation. Thank you. This is about use of natural geotextile combined with the river. Yes, I am looking into it. In fact, I will be using the geo-waves made of jute for cheaper fuel and plant the river in each stage. That is what I am doing very shortly. And this is a very good suggestion. Thank you, sir. Hedging on the banks of Magro River Ganga around the Arvan, how is it going to reduce siltation and change river course? Actually attract siltation. The aim of the philosophy of soft engineering for riverbank control is to attract siltation to prevent erosion. So it will attract siltation. So it is not an armor. It is not an armor to prevent any erosion. So it will definitely attract and change the river course. So we have to be very judicious in applying. So So this is being used as a river training method also. So we have to apply where we want erosion prevention as well as silt system. So we can recover the lost soil with vetiver. This is cost of maintenance and I will let you know the cost. The cost for riverbank protection comes to about 150 to 160 rupees per square meter. And for heat slopes and environmental protection it comes to about 110 to 150 rupees per square meter. And it includes the cost of maintenance for about 4 months. And afterwards, we can reduce the cost of maintenance by involving the community. Because the grass is used as fodder. We in Brahmaputra, we ask the local villagers to treat it, take the treatment and use it as fodder. And that is all what is required for maintenance. Sometimes, of course, we have to see if there is any base plant. Because we need to plant them immediately. Otherwise, water will channelize and we should form a tank. So, that is we expect about 1 to 2% mortality also. But that is very minimal. Yeah, this is in urban area, protection from population effect, in rural area, cattle grazing. Yes, cattle grazing is a problem, so that is why for the initial stage, we go for some temporary fencing, bamboo fencing. And for the population effect, if we engage the community, there is definitely lower effect. They should be encouraged because it will help with buy the plant from you engage the local neighbors in planting. So in that case, there will be no effect on the there is another question on saline condition. Yes, it can be planted. It is salinity, half the salinity of seawater. At half the salinity of seawater, it can grow well. And it is being done in Chennai also. In Chennai, we have done one warm spring. And about 6 slopes beyond 45 degrees. We have used up to 50 degrees and we are doing one more 55 degrees. I have seen one spring in Indonesia which was close to 70 degrees. But it has protection in the toe. So we can combine vetiver with other systems in cheaper tools. Whether a vetiver plant requires particular climate conditions. What is required is a summer temperature of more than 25 degrees. Summer temperature. There should not be any frosting, there should not be any snowfall. That's all. And on very unperfect, very bad soil, we can devise an agricultural solution for national use. Thank you.
Thank you very much for a very overwhelming response. I have received around 10.
These questions are basically concerns. They have been flagged for quality of the road work and the maintenance. Practically, all the people want to know how the maintenance will be done, how the renewal will be done. Yes, that is the concern, and that's why we have this fight too. In fact, we want to mainstream the maintenance. There is going to be a very systematic methodology to take up all these issues. There have been some concerns about the stone use of stone aggregates and all that. We are trying to work towards stabilization thereby reducing the demand for stone aggregates, and the work is still ongoing. This is also our concern. There is one question about whether PMJY 1 will discontinue. No. PMJY 1 will go on with its own objective unless the objective is achieved. The need for training has been flagged. Yes, we are working towards a lot of training, not only to engineers but also to the contractor engineers and workmen also. We have a very strong study policy. We are working towards that. Thank you very much. And because time is very short, we can always discuss. I am available on email dkkatare@nic.in. That is my email ID. I welcome your queries on that email. Thank you very much.
Now we request Professor Pradeep Sarkar to start off.
I know that received a number of responses from the delegates, and just because the number of questions are not in numbers, very difficult to address all the questions right now. But I will take the salient point. The one question was relating to the implementation of the certain modalities like the enactment, amendment of municipal rules, land use pattern, house construction rules, how this is going to be taken care of. Yes, obviously, these amendments of municipal rules need to be taken into account, and because the country has not seen the development of dialogue facilities in the country, but I feel that particular regulations that it is to be built, there is a need for the amendment of municipal rules. And there is also a question relating to whether it is required to be done on either side of the road or across the road. You have also shown some slides. It could be done in area basis. So we can make the corridors across and along the road in a manner so that it will be free to move any part wherever they like to. And as you say very rightly, Ministry of Urban Development, Ministry of Road Transport, they will pick up projects in the coming years in the selective areas. That's why they have highlighted those areas which can be taken up as an important area for projects. And yes, as you also said that about CPP, most it is not work with small cities. I also agree, because that's why the detailed solutions that is required to be carried out. Identify how the solution will be carried out. Some systems relating to surface related to within the urban use, the land use always has an influence on citizens' vote. In such a scenario, how to record the planning standards. Yes, actually that's why I said there is a changing land use, because that's why it is effective that is needed. How this will be addressed, just the DPR will be able to give the solution. And I think so I will go to the next one. And there is another very important question from Mr. Vilangavan, that is, what are the warrants for providing the dialogue service? It's a very good question. I think that this warrant is worked out, because this is we have been conceptualized the project, and I had already said that one of my students has taken up the project, which is going to be done as a master's level dissertation program. So we will practically try to address. I have not come across any kind of warrant as such. And are there any planning standards for the site work? Obviously, there will be planning standards. I have not seen any to have the plan. So this is the thing needs to be looked into within another 1 year program. The next question comes from the site work network can be implemented only in cities which are well planned. Yes, I also agree. The cities with the high density population, because I have seen in Hong Kong, I can also see not only the city of Kaisar, but also the city of Taiwan. Therefore, these things that will be already reflected in the detailed studies. And as you said, no doubt, it is something skywalk in crowded areas will also facilitate the decongestion of vehicular traffic. Yes, that is the reason skywalk will be funded. And next set of questions come from Mr. Momin. He has represented his feeling that he is going to be the skywalk failure in Mumbai. I don't think it's going to be failure in Mumbai. It may be failure in Mumbai, but let me give my feeling. I'd like to give you example, for two examples related to BRT. BRT is very successful in Ahmedabad, but BRT is failure in Delhi. So therefore, we should not take any lesson that there is failure in Mumbai. So therefore, we will not really take any kind of initiative to be successful in other things. We have got to see the detailed study, and therefore, I think that we have been trying to explore how this can make a successful one. And skywalk during the night time, practically there is always pros and cons. Therefore, all necessary arrangements need to be looked into so that skywalk is not misused. I can tell you that even our subways in Delhi, this is not used in night time. Sometimes many times the roads are open or closed. Therefore, in the petition guidance of petition system has recommended, even if the plan for the subway, to please work out some kind of shopping facilities within the subway, so that it's always people can make use of it. So those kind of modalities need to be worked out. So I'll go to the last questions. I think that I have finished a number of questions. In case anything left out, we can discuss during the lunch. Thank you.